Here he is, to the top right of the map, in the red color. We have our Zerg player for Team MVP. They are down 2 maps.
MVP Monster!
He's the one who is supposed to take down the Terran player who was actually scaring every single Protoss player in the lineup of MVP so far. To the bottom left of Daybreak, we have him in the blue color. For OGS, it is...
OGSTL, the STC!
And the choice of MVP Monster might be a little bit weird given his record against Terran. He only has a 49% win ratio. He won 20 matches, lost 21 of them. And the last 3 games that he played against Terran, he lost every single one of them. He lost against Sparta in the KSL, he lost against Alive in the KSL, and he lost against Keen in the Iron Squid tournament. So lately with a little bit of a problem against Terran, but I think there has definitely to be a reason why Monster was chosen, so Coach Choi has a lot of confidence in a Zerg player, and let's see how this is going to work. The barracks being placed right at the high ground outside of the main base of the STC, but the Overlord is not headed for this peculiar position, so he should be able to save it. And in case that you don't know, the placement for the barracks just indicates that as soon as the barracks is done, we will see the STC building at least 1 or 2 Marines, lift the barracks and try to scout if there's an Overlord hovering on the high ground. And with 2 Marines, you can take it down very, very easily. It's a little bit of the meta game that we've been seeing in the last few weeks and months.
Very, very smart play. And this also allows him to put some pressure on towards his opponent's hatchery, which since he did go for a hatchery first, he may be able to try to put a bunker up, force the drones to be pulled. But yeah, the primary concern here is definitely the Overlord that may be lurking above that terrarium. The drone does spot the barracks. The first Marine does come out. He sees no Overlord there, and as a result, will just pressure with this first Marine, and he's even going to send his barracks back to start a wall off, so not going to be producing any second Marines anytime soon. In fact, we'll just be sending the Marine to look for Overlords, but smartly, Monster has hidden his Overlord in the north, where it will not be spotted no matter what.
Yeah, very, very well done by Monster, and the STC, I kind of like that he's trying to scout for the Overlord, so he's very aggressive about it, and I really love this. We've been talking a little bit about the statistics for Monster right now, and I mentioned earlier that the STC has a very good record against Zerg, and while this is true, just to give you an idea, he has a 63% win ratio against Zerg. He won 45 games, lost 26, so if you just look at the statistics, he's very, very good against Zerg. But lately, and I just looked this up, he is a bit in a problem against Zerg. He lost to Zeal, he lost to Curious and Don Ragu at MLG Winter Arena, Code A, and IGL Pro Team League. And he didn't win a single map. He lost 2-0 to Curious, 2-0 to Don Ragu, 1-0 to Zeal. So this is, well, lately with a little bit of a problem against Zerg.
Yeah, that's definitely a recent trend for him, and we'll see if he can break it here. He took a very bold expansion, by the way, I wanted to note. Basically did a 1 Rax expand, then took double gases, then started reactors, so he's banking on 3 Marines with no bunker to defend against any aggression. A bold move, but a smart move for this map. And his opponent chose the map, so he's kind of reading into that a little bit here, I feel. And I really like this. Now he's going to switch, get reactor Hellions out.
We'll fold that thought. We have a ton of Zerglings coming out. He's going for 22 additional Zerglings. He will have 30 Zerglings in just a few seconds. He's only on 23 drones. He's going for a Speedling attack and tries to do some early on pressure. This is very, very interesting. Monster is being so aggressive right now.
It will potentially pull off as a tech lab is being built. The 2 additional barracks are not up just yet. And with only 2 Hellions out and Zergling speed being done, it's going to be hard to micro those Hellions back. If he loses these Hellions as well, he's going to really regret it. Oh, I think he's going to lose them. Speed is done. Oh, he will absolutely lose them. And now the Zerglings are coming into the natural. The SCVs are escaping. I don't know what?
They are actually not escaping. He can't lower the supply depots, and he knows it. Very well played. I especially love the split by Monster that he tries to chase down the Hellions with a few of his forces, and at the same time he's attacking the expansion. I love this Zergling split. He's doing quite a little bit of damage. Already took down 3 SCVs and delayed mining. but is it going to pay off? He's droning like crazy now behind this, but there are 4 Hellions in the picture now. Will he be able to take them down? I actually doubt it.
You know, there was a weird moment in which the STC split his SCVs into a completely unusual direction. I feel like that kind of threw off the Zergling's attack pathing. He wasn't able to get those SCVs either, so that was kind of cool. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it must have been. It seemed intentional, and that was kind of creative. The worker count right now
is insane.
Yeah, 41 to 30.
And we have additional 9 being built, so he will be on 50 workers against 30 in just a second. And at the same time, more Hellions are being killed, but he has to be very careful. There are a ton of them by now. A third base going down for Monster. He's playing this very, very smart. And this whole attack just threw off the STC quite a bit. But the production capabilities of our Terran player are very, very nice. So
yeah, he's got a ton of production now. 5 Marines at a time popping out. His starport is finished up here, and he's got an army he can now push to attack the third base location of Monster. He may be able to kill it. In fact, I think he should be able to if he decides to go very soon. Double Evo chambers on the way now. A spine crawler being built. He's trying to get up defenses. He's got the economy now. He's going to have to use that production very quickly to stop any attacks his opponent sends out right now. And to be perfectly honest, I'm a little bit surprised that we don't see the STC making any sort of efforts to push here. He's actually just going to send out a small enough group of Hellions that they can be killed by Zergling.
Once again, this split, I really, really love it. Very, very well done by Monster. I think his unit control here is excellent, but he's losing a ton of Zerglings nonetheless. But well played so far. I have to say, I really like what Monster is doing here. He has a ton. His drone count is actually kind of insane. He will be on 60 against 40 in just a few seconds. He is getting upgrades, he's getting tech, he's getting everything that he needs. He's looking so strong. This circling attack was completely, well, uncharacteristic for the current state of Zerg gaming against Terran, and it threw the STC off by so much.
Yeah, he's not sure what to do. That was like his moment to scout the third base, and he didn't do enough damage. Now he's really behind. He lost the majority of his Hellions. He doesn't have any sort of real tech advantage over his opponent. He has medevac tech, but he's not using that quite yet. He does have some drops out in the middle of the map. He may, try to use the mobility of those dropships before his opponent has mutas. He's going to actually take out some of the creep over here by the looks of things. Oh, he's actually going to go right for the hatchery.
And the army is completely out of position. He might be able to take down the hatch. He already kills one of the overlords. And here come the Zerglings trying to save the hatchery, but there are not enough of them. Where's the rest of the forces trying to get in there? He's baiting fire, but the hatch goes down. No transfuse, no energy left. And the medivacs make sure that all the Marines survive.
A huge medevac drop going to the main. There is a spine crawler there. The Zergling count now up to 48 with 18 more on the way. He should have enough to stop this.
This time he's on top of things. Monster immediately headed towards the main base in order to defend against the drop.
But at the south,
STC is doing so well right now. He's doing a lot better here. Kind of recovered from the initial shot, and he's now just splitting his army, dropping left, right, bottom, center. Doing really, really well here, going for +1/+1 as well.
Yeah, they're about to both upgrades be done. That'll put him ahead of his opponent, even though he had double Evo chambers. They have not yet been used. Actually, just now, +1 melee finished up at the Evo chambers. There they go. They both finished, like right as I said that. So this is going to be 1-1 against 1-1 very soon.
A lot of drop attempts by the STC. I really like what he's doing here. At the beginning he was behind, but he was able to take down the third, and this was so important. The problem was that MVP Monster had his units to the top left of the map.
Oh, this is genius. He saw the 1-1 on the Zerglings. He was like, I know what composition you're going for, and immediately starts a Ghost Academy. One of the fastest Ghost Academies I've ever seen in this matchup. That is so smart. He's going to be ready with EMPs way before his opponent even has Infestors out. And look at this, trading pretty efficiently with these Zerglings. I'd like to see him push the creep back just a little bit. I feel like with his drop play, he's doing some harassment, but he's being too passive with his units overall. He's seen only Zerglings. He's been scouting very well. He's like just not going to move out with more Marines than he could actually move out with a lot more Marines when he's doing this, but he's not. He needs to add some more tech labs. Right now, he's only able to produce 1 ghost, 2 ghosts now at a time.
We have 82 harvesters against 53.
Yeah, that's getting out of control. And there's no third base for the Terran. Jesse's about to land it. There's so many Zerglings going over there, though.
Yeah, the loss of the third base was really annoying for Monster. The unit's out of position, he could not defend against it, and now the STC is not looking too bad, but as Wolf mentioned, he's playing very, very passive right now. And although I completely agree with you, the Ghosts are a beautiful addition to his army. We already have Monster with a Hive Tech nearly done, so if he's taking a fourth, which he is, and maybe even a fifth base, he might get so far ahead in this game that the STC just has no way of controlling the match.
Yeah, and you know, to be perfectly honest, with the Baneling Nest going up, 5 Infestors about to pop, he's going to have 2-2. Yeah, he's going to get an Ultralisk Cavern, and he's going to start 3-3 as soon as his 2-2 finishes. He's probably going to get Adrenal Glands as well. Planetary does finish at the third, so the Zergling group at the top is not going to be able to target that down. There are 2 Ghosts inside of a Medevac. Now, we all know Ghosts aren't as powerful as they used to be against Ultralisk, for example, and Broodlords, so that's something to take into consideration at this stage of the game.
I think that you only build the Ghosts in order to get the EMPs.
Absolutely, especially with how he's keeping them in the Medevac like he is right now.
And that's what I love about it. That's exactly what I love. Usually against Zerg, Terran would get Ghosts in order to snipe, but these are Ghosts. Nice! What kind of beautiful EMPs! That's exactly what those Ghosts were for. But 2 Fungals hit the army, a lot of Marines die, 170 supply for
units
MVP.
here.
Woo!
I think Monster's going to clean this up. He's targeting down Infestors though, well he was. Now actually, you can see some crazy cost efficiency of Marines here. Put this on the Wikipedia page for the Marine.
Wow.
Whoa! I wasn't even expecting that. I was like, he's going to do okay here, but he's still going to lose his whole army.
Yeah, I was actually on the same assumption. Was like, yeah, well, this is probably not going to be too bad, but suddenly all those Lings just died.
Well, right now the upgrades are even 2-2 apiece. 3 Ultralisks on the way, as well as Chitinous Plating and Baneling Speed. And no real 4th base prospects for the STC at this point. He wants to. He's actually got the creep pushed back so far that I think he could potentially do it, but he does not feel comfortable at this point in time in doing so.
The problem is that the SSC has no idea about the Ultralisk transition just yet, so he will face Ultralisks and 10 Infestors. If the SSC is not able to just EMP all of the Infestors, there will be Fungals in the picture as well. He doesn't have. He's getting a nuke right now, which is pretty cool, but he only has 2 Marauders, so he has a very, very Marine-heavy army, and Marines don't do that well against Ultralisks.
He's going to drop some Ghosts to EMP. Well, that was not as useful as he would have liked. Hits another EMP, but he doesn't have enough.
Not enough EMPs, and now we have all those Ultralisks just going to town. More Marauders being built for the STC right now, but it might already be too late. He completely missed the transition of his opponent, the tech transition. He did not scan, did not see the Ultralisk Cavern, and now he is relying way too much on Marines with an opponent that is going for ground forces and Fungals.
He did lose a lot of Fungals trying to catch those Medevacs though, so he doesn't have very many left. In fact, now he's out of Fungals. Nice positioning here by the STC.
And horrible engagement by Monster, just walking up this bottleneck position with Infestors first. He lost 4 of them without need. Will lose more as we speak. A little bit of a problem here with the unit control, but with 4 bases, he still has the resources and the lava to rebuild his army within seconds. This is exactly what we're seeing right now. 180 supply against 120, trying to catch the escaping Marines, and he's getting most of them.
He catches them. This is looking really bad. The Zergling streaming in here, and I think that this might just end the game, Keldor. There's so many Ultralisks. Baneling's going off as well. GG. Monster starts bringing it back, putting his team to a 1-2 deficit instead of the 0-3 you'd be at. Otherwise, nicely done. And the STC, what kind of face is he going to make for this one? Not the same kind we saw before, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Monster kind of happy, and the trust that Coach Choi put into his players was really worth it. There we go. You are not taking me down, buddy. Not gonna happen.
Oh, absolutely not. The Wind, not looking too happy with the results of that one, but the STC did serve his role quite well.
Yeah, 2 wins. It's actually quite impressive, so that's a good result for the first 2 matches of the game, at least for OGS that is. And MVP has to be, well, kind of careful what happens next. They're still behind with 1-2, and who is OGS going to pick now?
That's a good question. I might go Vines. I mean, he has shown a lot of versatility against all races, and I might go Vines. I might do that. I might go Vines on Metropolis. Find out what our map's going to be. It's going to be Antigua.
Sounds more like a Terran player.
Yeah, probably a Terran. And which Terran will we see? Could be top, could be Supernova. Supernova is pretty good. Yeah, could be 4GG as well. You know, Supernova is really good in TVZ. He's really well known for his TVZ style in Korea, and it's possible they choose him here. I'm like, I can't wait any longer, Caldor. I just want them to skip ahead.
It's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the next player as well, but I think it's going to be definitely a Terran.
Yeah, I would suppose so.
On Antigua, has to be. On the other hand,
it could be a Protoss, but I really think you're right. I think it'll be a Terran.
but if you play Antigua, wouldn't you wait for Don Ragu? That's the one thing. If you have those, that's the one thing that I really love about the team badges. You always have this dynamic, and you always have to keep in mind. Okay, we're facing Monster right now, but there is going to be another Zerg player later. We have to face Don Raguel as well. He is going to participate in this team match if need be. That's a given. So,
yeah, I think. It's just hard to say who they're gonna pick, man. I can't wait any longer. I don't know why we're waiting still. Like, I think we just need to move on.
Yeah, I think so too. And there we go.
There we go. I hear the music. The moment we've all been waiting for. Who will it be? Oh, it's Vines. I told you, man. I don't know.
I didn't expect a Protoss player on Antigua.
You know, as a Protoss, I really feel comfortable on Antigua against Zerg, and
once again, get into position at the third phase, you have kind of a guaranteed win with the force fields if you played well. But still, Antigua, I would have more. Yeah, I expected it now. But well, it's Vines. We have
it is Vines, man. A smart choice, I think, to put him out here. You know, you've already put some wins under the belt. Vines has shown awesome results in Team League. His win rate off the charts. Look at that, average wins 2.0. That's like almost never been seen before. Only Don Ragu has that. I think Vines is obviously going to do pretty well here today. Monster's gonna have to really think hard and long about how he's gonna fight his opponent. He was probably expecting a Terran as well when he was in the lobby, found out it was Antigua.
Vines is really strong against the Zerg, and this is definitely going to be a tough one for Monster. I have to say that what I'm really curious about, I mean, I like all those games that we've seen so far, but I'm really curious to see what they are going to do as soon as Don Ragu is out, because they have to prepare some kind of strategy to beat Don Ragu, and there has to be some player in the team of OGS that has been prepared to take down Don Ragu.
We're going to take a 5-minute break, though. We'll further discuss this when we get back. Don't go anywhere except maybe to tell your friends to get on and get watching GSTL. We'll be back in 5 minutes.